Tonight's topic here is about franchising. Franchising. You might have heard about this term. What is franchising? Franchise or franchisee, the term you might have heard about. Now, what is this franchising? It is a form of marketing channel. It is one form of marketing channel, and it is an agreement or it is a contractual relationship between the franchisor and the franchisee. That means there are two parties over here. It is an agreement or a contractual relationship between two parties. Who are the two parties? Franchisor and the franchisee, in which the franchisor offers the franchisee an interest in the franchisor's business, where the franchisee will operate under the common name, format, and procedure owned and controlled by the franchisor, where the franchisee will make a substantial capital investment in his business from his own resources. And the franchisee should be located at convenient location depending on various factors like depending upon the demand, competition, space requirement, presence of another franchisee of the same firm, etc. So what you remember here is that there are two parties, franchisor and the franchisee. Franchisor is the person who is actually owning that business. Take it like that, owning that business, and franchisee comes forward to invest in that business. And it is easy for the franchisee because they have to just provide the capital investment. They need not worry about the idea. They just need to arrange the finance, and they are always getting a ready-made business. This is becoming more and more popular nowadays, we can say. Very popular form of business nowadays. It actually helps an entrepreneur to do a business or to get into business without much risk and also without much knowledge and experience in business. Those people also can take this franchisee form of business because it is almost ready business which is being taken over by a franchisee. Many examples you can see. Very good. Yes, Junaid has shared here some examples: McDonald's, Pizza Hut, etc. Another common one is Monginis. These are all examples over here. So what is the thing here? The franchisee need not think about much. They just have to invest. They can use the common name. They can use the format and procedure, all which is controlled by the franchisor. So it is one form of marketing channel, as I told you, and it is one of the fastest growing retail industry, very fastest growing form of retailing. Here, what happens? Franchisee is an independent business person only, but the franchisee is getting all the support from the franchisor. Franchisee is investing his own capital, running his own business, and even enjoys the profit and losses. And the franchisor को क्या benefit होते हैं? Franchisor also gets compensation from the franchisee in different forms. Like initial, they will have to give an investment, some royalty. If they are taking on rent, the equipments that also would be paid. Some type of materials would be provided. So it is one way we can say mutual give and take type of relationship, and it is an agreement, a contractual relationship. It is something very common throughout the world. One form of or one easier form of entrepreneurship. Now, what are the advantages of franchising? Here we are discussing advantages to the franchisor and advantages to the franchisee. Franchisor is the person who is actually owning the business. Okay. So franchisees are self-motivators. Franchisees are self-motivators means the franchisor need not worry about their goodwill. Because they are just transferring or they are just giving the knowledge, they are just helping in building the business because franchises खुद से आके करेंगे. They are self-motivators. They did not push every time the franchisees to do the work. They share business risk. They have good knowledge about the local market. They maintain consistency in the quality and they will be having wider distribution network. Every time the quality would be the same because it's all coming from that franchisor company. The knowledge, the input, the resources, everything is being shared by the franchisor company. And it is easier for them to have a wide distribution network. They even get good knowledge about the local market. That is one advantage to the franchisor because every time they cannot interfere into the internal areas and all, inside and all. So with the help of franchisee, they can maintain, or they will be able to exist in the local markets as well. But what are the advantages to the franchisee? Franchisee is the other party who is investing in the business. They obtain ready-made business which is already started by the franchisor. Reduction of risk. They need not take much risk because almost every knowledge it is being imparted to them. They also have benefit of control on the local activities of the business, or where they are located, where they are situated, they have more control over that area. So one important thing which you have to note here is that both franchisor and the franchisee, they should avoid all such kind of acts and misunderstandings which may create any kind of conflict between them. They should see that their relationship is going smoothly. That is, there should be some kind of mutual understanding between these people. There should not be any kind of ambiguity. Ambiguity means which is not clear in the agreement. They should share the cost of advertisement, promotional activities and all. It should be conducted jointly. It is like business partners itself, and one should not try to dictate over the other person. It is very easy to start a franchisee, especially if you're starting with a reputed brand and you can expect good return in a short period. So this is one way of entering into the entrepreneurship market, like especially to ambitious individuals and all who are having sincerely they can work, and they also are ready to bear some amount of capital, and but they don't know how to start, or they don't have that much expert advice and knowledge or management support. In such cases, franchising is the best option. So it is actually helping in solving many starting up problems of the entrepreneurs. That is franchisee. As mentioned in the chat box over here, so many examples we can see when we look around. There are so many examples, and most of them have successfully run in the business. That is franchising. Next, one more topic we can cover today. That is business process outsourcing. Business process outsourcing, something which you know about this term. What is business process outsourcing? It is provision of services by an external vendor which can otherwise be provided within an organization. There are some services in every company which the company also can do, but certain services they give to a third party. That is outsourcing. That is provision of services by an external vendor. Vendor means supplier, which can otherwise be provided within an organization. Means company can do it, but still they give some activities to an outsider. So BPO, business process outsourcing, is a subset of outsourcing that involves contracting operations and responsibilities of a specific business purpose to a third party service provider. It includes several activities. So here some kind of business activities are delegated to an external agency or to a third party who manages that process according to the required method. Many companies do, almost so many companies enter into business process outsourcing, and they also include various activities like business process outsourcing. Here you can see back office, CRM, customer relationship management, call centers, finance, HR, logistics, supply chain, legal help also. Many areas we can see business process outsourcing is quite common. And when we take in India, India is one preferred location for business process outsourcing for BPOs. Outsourcing service in India, you can see. India is fast emerging in this field, and around 82% of US based companies rank India as their first choice. Why it is like that? It is because India is having all the right resources, talents, and infrastructure for that. So this is considered as a choice for offshoring destination. Offshoring means other than their country. India is one of the most preferred destination for business process outsourcing. That is why we can see so many employees working in this sector. So many employees are working in business process outsourcing, what we call as call centers. Commonly, we call everything as call centers. And in India, the government is taking so many efforts to develop IT, information technology, and most of these outsourcing programs are also depending on the use of information and communications technology. You need good infrastructure and all for that. And many cities in India, just like IT cities, especially Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, Hyderabad and all, are Pune, these are all having so much of such facilities. Because of these reasons, outsourcing services are always growing in our country. Now, here you can see why it is important. Why outsourcing to India? What is the benefit of that? The benefits of outsourcing to India, there are so many benefits why people are or other countries are preferring to give outsourcing work to India. Because in India, youngsters are more. In India, we have so much of youthful energy and we have talents in many fields, especially in IT and also other related fields. And also we have good uh, good youngsters who have good knowledge about English, who are also hardworking and talented. So especially, and we are more into now IT field also. ITES means information technology enabled services. So we are having a technological edge compared to many other developing countries. And in India, we have a being a democratic country, we have stable government, and more of the laws are friendly laws. So many companies, especially topmost companies like IBM, Microsoft, HP, Dell, and all outsource many of their activities with India. So these are the reasons: low manpower cost, high quality of service, talented workforce, best infrastructure, and advanced technology. Because of these reasons, countries come forward to select India as one of their favorable or preferred offshoring location. Offshoring means other than their country. Now, why do we need this outsourcing, or what are the benefits of outsourcing? This is required because it will help to improve the business opportunities. The firm can focus on core activities. In every organization, there will be core activities and non-core activities. Core activities means why that particular company has been existed in the market. Non-core means supporting activities, we can say. So the company can focus only on the core activities and give away non-core activities for outsourcing. It will help in reducing the cost, help in global competitiveness because we can find talented people working in the sector, brings better efficiency in the company, ensuring smooth operations in the company, no blocking up of capital. When we need to think about such kind of activities in our company, we will also have to think about capital purpose. But many times it becomes cheaper when it go for outsourcing. Outsourcing provides quality service because they are expert in that field, helping achieving economy. Economy means reduction of cost and even freedom from labor troubles because we are not dealing into their HR part at all. Like for example, we can say in our college, for example, an education institution, the main or the core activity would be providing education. There are housekeeping activities, there are security services, there are IT services, there are so many related services included over here which are not core activities. So we have outsourced security services. So that is one example where non-core activities can be outsourced. So this is about outsourcing. And in India, especially we can say BPO boom. Actually an increase in job opportunities, especially developing countries like India, for creating quality job opportunities. Especially as I told you the names of certain cities earlier, Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Kolkata, Pune and all, these are all having good infrastructure facilities and they are all technologically advanced as well. And even the future also, in future also we can expect that BPO industry will be growing in our country, and always the people will be coming forward in working in this sector. Main thing is, as we have seen already over here, low manpower cost, advancement in communication technology, improving infrastructure and all has helped India to enter into such sector, such high-end service providing country. It is not only limited to call centers. That is also something which we have to remember. So outsourcing, when we think about outsourcing, every time call centers, such training comes into our mind. So BPO industry in India has moved more from call center work. It's of course it was there in the initial days. It is now more than that. More than call center works now. In our country, we provide whole new range of business process, whatever the companies are looking for. So in India, this is one of the largest employer, especially tier 2 and tier 3 cities means cities which are just developing. Other than the top cities, in such cities also this is growing. Bangalore is one of the top city in the world where outsourcing is happening very common. And considering the Indian population is still young means we have so much of youngsters. This our country will be continuing to dominate in this field even in the coming decades. So this is about outsourcing of activities. It is something a kind of providing or taking the help. We can say taking the help of a third party or delegating. One of the business process is delegated to an outsider or an external agency. That is what here you can see. It is a subset of outsourcing. Business process is outset of, here you can see, subset of outsourcing which involves contracting, or we can say delegating some activities to the other outside agencies. And it includes back office, it includes even internal functions such as human resource, finance, accounting, as I told you, logistics may be here, supply chain management, medical transcription, insurance claims processing. So many such activities are there where the companies play a major role. Like we can say back office, CRM, call centers, telemarketing, teleservicing, product support, payroll maintenance, finance, accounting, billing section. All these things can be outsourced. Most of these things, when we are outsourcing, helps the company to focus on their core activity. They need not take much tension with respect to their other activities which are routine activities. जैसे कि housekeeping is one major area where most of the companies go it for outsourcing. And outsourcing ka actually it is quite beneficial also because you are approaching that exact service provider who is ready to come forward and help the company. But at the same time, you have to also remember that there are certain disadvantages. Disadvantages means it becomes sometimes difficult to coordinate with these outsourcing agencies. Sometimes we will have to share our company details. We cannot share everything with our outsourcing agencies. It's always a third party over there. So there are problems of confidentiality. So of course there are certain negatives also, but this is again one important area which is developing in a huge way in our country.